Hello, friends. Today we will be talking about why we choose a living hell over a living heaven. Hi, friends. This is Bethany Jennings, and you're listening to We Should Talk. It's a podcast where we talk about anything and everything to encourage, equip, and empower you to be a decent human. Let's talk. Alrighty then. So, I am here at my home on the couch with Onyx and Silas at the same time. So just go ahead and plan on some interruptions, but it's totally worth it to be a mother. Anyways, today we are going to talk about why people choose a living hell over a living heaven. And this is why. We would rather a familiar hell to an unfamiliar heaven. Why is that? It's all because it's familiar. It's what we already know. And change requires more effort than just letting what is be. So, a familiar hell. A lot of trauma survivors prefer a familiar hell. Their default will be to live in uncomfortable situations, to live in abusive relationships. Why do they do that? Because that's what they know. That's what's comfortable to them. That's what helps them to feel regulated, believe it or not. That's what they've known. Their brain already has the grooves for that, right? Already has the grooves for, hold on, I gotta set salsa. Already has the grooves put in place for a familiar hell. It's uncomfortable. It's not healthy in any way. It's not appealing to those who have not experienced their trauma. But because the traumatized mind is different than a healthy mind, it chooses that. We repeat what we know. There are grooves in your brain. When we say I'm in the groove, I'm just getting in the groove. There are grooves in your brain. And when you behave a certain way, whether consciously or unconsciously, you are deepening the groove, deepening the habit, deepening the reality, deepening the preference for that situation, for that setting. So for some people, it's being drawn into chaotic settings. It's being drawn into drama. It's being around people who are going to let you down. It's around people who are going to be abusive and controlling. It's choosing to be around people who will always choose you last. Being around people who will always cause a problem for you. That's what you choose because that's what you're used to as a traumatized brain. And you may not be doing it consciously. I highly doubt anyone's like, I really should get with that person who I know is going to hurt me. You're not doing it consciously. You do it unconsciously because you are recreating that situation that traumatized you, usually from your childhood, right? We are most of who we are by age 12. So life experiences in biology and nature and nurture, you are most of who you're going to be by 12. There's very little change to you after 12. So we end up recreating situations from our childhood, be it painful or, sometimes it's happy, but usually the most painful ones are the ones that get talked about the most, right? Because we are accustomed to that from our childhood, that's what our default is. That's why when you hear people say, well, she's got daddy issues or she's got mommy issues, they always say she does. They never talk about the man doing it. It's usually because the man suffers, quote unquote, in silence, except for to his significant other who he shows the issue to, whether it still may be silent, but he'll show the issue. So daddy issues, mommy issues. I have an episode about some of that. I don't remember what it's called, but it's from a previous season. the reason we have daddy issues or mommy issues is because we are trying to confirm what we have been taught is true. So if you saw an extremely unhealthy relationship growing up, you saw a marriage that was not healthy, you saw a man who was domineering and narcissistic, you want to prove to yourself that that's what love is because that's what you taught. You're seeking to confirm what you have been taught. So you will seek out, unconsciously, you will seek out a partner who is going to be narcissistic and controlling, domineering. If you were raised with a mother who contributed nothing but complaint and chaos to the home, you will seek out a wife who does the same. Unless you realize what is going on and you actively work against that default. Change requires awareness, right? The first part of change is recognizing that you need it. You have to recognize that you play a role in this happening, right? You can't just say, well, why is everyone mean to me? Why do the narcissists always find me? Well, you're actually seeking them out. You're drawing, that's who you're drawing to you with your behaviors. Here, sweetheart. That's who you're drawing to you with your behaviors. You play a role in this repetition. So once you realize you are part of the problem, believe it or not, then you have to make a conscious effort to change it, to do something different. All right, lovely. All right, lovely. All right. You have to make the decision to choose a better life. Hold on, everybody. You got him, sweetheart? Yeah. All right, so it's holding Silas, which is sweet but scary. Okay, be careful. Don't hurt his face. All right, there we go. So you got to make the conscious effort to make the change. I mean, this is... The physical emotion is kind of the same thing. Anything that's going to shift or move or be altered requires more effort than just letting it be. So while it will feel scary and unfamiliar to be in a healthy relationship, you should try it sometime. Sometimes those who have experienced trauma or have been shown unhealthy relationships their entire life will repeat that by ruining a good relationship. You may be so blessed that you found someone who is not, quote unquote, like your father, or find someone who is not like your mother, but you end up ruining it. You'll be in a good relationship and you'll sabotage it because you think this isn't normal and you want to confirm, oh yeah, all relationships struggle, all relationships in this way, and that's what your mind is craving confirmation. Your brain craves confirmation of what you have been taught. So, something to think about. There is a way out of it. You just have to actually follow the way out of it. So, I know you prefer a familiar hell to an unfamiliar heaven. But once you realize that the heaven is worth the struggle and worth the discomfort, worth the getting to know, it'll be so much better for you and for your current spouse or future spouse. When you look at your spouse, you say, you're just like your mother, or you're just like your father. Maybe they are. Or maybe you are putting your expectations and your predispositions of what a relationship is going to be or what it actually is onto them. So my advice would be do some introspection, see if you're doing that. Try to be a little more self-aware, and that will help you be a little more objective and not just blame the other person for your predisposition to believe that relationships are all ruined and terrible and awful. It'll help you, it'll prevent you from making someone else pay for the sins of your father or mother. or whoever raised you, whatever your main relationship was, example of relationship was growing up. So a brief episode, but something I've been thinking about. People choose the wrong things over and over and over again. It's not even just marriages. It's any relationship. It's friendships. You choose trash friends. You choose, trash jobs. You choose trash bosses. You choose to stay in settings that are not healthy and not beneficial to you because that's what you think is normal. It's probably not normal. Just so you know. So I'm going to go take care of Silas and Onyx now. Thank you guys for listening. Do a self-check. Look around. Be aware of those around you. Hope this helped you in some way. Bye, guys. This just in. I'm pretty sure the episode I referenced earlier about the mommy issues, daddy issues is actually called Trauma. Pretty sure. I think it's from season 1. But that's the episode, and it goes through different kinds of trauma, but it does, I think I ended up spending a little too much time on the mommy issue, daddy issue. So, if you want to listen to that episode, go listen to it. That's the one I referenced earlier. Okay, for real, bye. Well, that was fun. I'm glad you stuck around for the whole thing, and thank you for talking to me today. Y'all go like and follow and review and do all the podcast things that people do. And don't forget to be a good human.